purchase guns. 80,000 of them said, no, this is not a person who is qualified to own a gun because they have a criminal background or some other reason. So 80,000 of them were denied. This is the number that were persecuted, 44. 44 were prosecuted out of 80,000. So of every denial, there is 55 in 100,000 of 1%. Why don't we tighten up on the people who are in violation of the background checks? Why don't we just start out with that, so to keep the guns out of the hands of criminals? And that's one of the measures that we can take. Another measure that we can take is to tighten up the criminal background checks themselves. And there's a story that I have here that's kind of interesting about what happened here in Arizona. I've got it right here, real quick, and that is that got a crack staff of workers, people that Tucson shooter Jared Loeffner passed a background check in November of 2010, even though he suffered from extreme mental illness, was deemed unqualified for service in the U.S. Army, and was expelled from Pima Community College. The system failed. With Jared Loeffner, the system failed. So we can have a much better system of identifying people with mental illness and people who have criminal backgrounds that should not have guns. And finally, I'd like to mention to you again the Fast and Furious scandal that still has never been resolved of guns that our government expedited down to Mexico to fall into the hands of the drug cartels. The Attorney General of the United States has been held in contempt of Congress for failure to provide the Congress with the documentation of what happened during this Fast and Furious debacle, and still to this day we don't have that information. Now I'd like to just talk to you for a minute about the border. My crack staff here will put these charts